Hello friends and fellow bibliophiles, welcome back to Kat's Novel Adventures. Today we're going to have a channel chat. I want to spend a little bit of time with you just catching you up on what's been going on in my life lately, and also let you know what I've been reading and what I'm planning for the channel in the next couple of weeks. So grab a beverage and hang out with me for a little bit. So on July 30th, my hubby and I packed up my car and we drove to Orange Beach, Alabama, and spent a couple of days having some little adventures. I read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I vlogged everything that we did while we were there and even shared my thoughts on the book, which I did enjoy. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. I'm in the process of editing it. It's just taken me longer than I anticipated because of everything that happened once we got back home. So we got back home on August the 1st, late in the afternoon. And then the next day, which was a Friday, I went and spent the night with my parents. Had a great visit with them. Got back home on Saturday afternoon and then was getting myself ready for things that were going to start taking place in the month of August and September. So I had planned to take a sketch writing class in August. It was going to start in August and finish up in September. It was actually a 6-week course that I was going to take with Anubis. And I had been asked months before to be a part of the Murder Mystery Dinner Theater at the Columbia Theater. So very excited about that because I hadn't done one in a while. And then also my friend Roxanne invited me to help with the book fair at the school that I do my tutoring at. And then I also was awaiting the arrival of paperwork for the upcoming school year. So I had a lot of plans in the works, and my mom had some doctor's appointments in August, so I was ready to get my calendar kind of in shape, plan the upcoming week. So all of that changed unexpectedly because instead of me going in on Monday to take my mom to get her blood work done and to get her B12 shot, I instead was in the emergency room with her and then neuro ICU because my mom sadly had a hemorrhagic stroke, which is a bleeding stroke, and she never recovered from it. So she was in neuro ICU for a couple of days, and then she was transferred to the palliative hospice unit at the hospital and sadly passed away on August the 14th. She passed away peacefully and she was in no pain, which I'm very grateful for that, but it was just very sad and just really took us all by surprise. So after, her passing, I had to help my dad with making arrangements, and then of course we had her, funeral. So pretty much from August the 5th through like the 19th, I was kind of out of pocket. I was kind of just trying to be supportive with my dad, trying to spend as much time with my sister and then my mom and my dad, and just, trying to process this because like I said, it was just totally unexpected. So a lot of the things that I had planned to do, I had to make some decisions because I had missed the first writing class and attended the second writing class, but I just felt lost. I was very overwhelmed. I felt like a fish out of water, and just, I had to do homework. And that night before was like the day after my mom's funeral. I didn't have the bandwidth to do anything. So I reached out to my teacher and just told him I need to drop the class, and hopefully y'all will offer the class again and I'll be able to take it at that point, because I was really excited about being able to take the sketch writing class. If anybody's familiar with Saturday Night Live, that's the type of writing I would have been learning. So I got that off my plate and figured I'll go ahead and focus on the play. I hadn't started even memorizing my lines at that point because I wasn't in the right mindset. So I had that to do, and my contract and all my paperwork came in for my teaching position, my Title I tutoring position. And then also too, we had the book fair coming up. So I had to pretty much kind of reorganize when I was going to start everything. And I figured, let me go ahead and take care of the dinner theater performance and then the book fair, which they both were in the same week. And then I could get all my paperwork done and get my ducks in a row so that I could have a starting date for school. Well, then last week, I'm filming this on Sunday, September the 15th. Last week, Hurricane Francine came to visit Louisiana and put a kink in everyone's plans. So I still was able to help with the book fair. It just wasn't on the 2 days that I had planned. And then we had to figure out what we were going to do about our performance. So normally when we do dinner theater, we meet and have a preliminary rehearsal on the Sunday of the beginning of our performances. Monday was a day off. Tuesday was supposed to be our dress rehearsal. We had a practice performance for the honor students at SLU. And then we had 3 shows scheduled, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, Francine came, dumped a lot of rain, had a lot of wind. So no dress rehearsal on Tuesday, no performance for the SLU students on Wednesday, and our first show got canceled on Thursday. So we were going in hot with performances on Friday and Saturday, and let me tell you, it all worked out. It was wonderful. Even though we didn't have all the preparation, we didn't need it because we did phenomenal. It was a huge success. Everybody had a great time. We heard lots of positive comments about it. And I had so much fun. It makes me very excited about getting back into acting or doing some more improv in the future. So even though Francine came in and kind of gave us a hard time, the good news is we didn't have any damage. I didn't lose my power, which is totally mind-blowing to me, because we'll lose power here where I live on a sunny day, or if it's just a light drizzle. But it all worked out. The book fair did very well for the 2 days it was open. So very pleased that that all worked out. So now I just have to start school. And the big change with school is instead of me working 2 days a week, I'll be working 4 days. And the reason that came about is, one, I have more flexibility in my schedule, and 2, the other Title I tutor retired. So instead of them hiring another tutor, they offered me the hours. So I said, you know what, let's try it and see. All I can do is try, and if it works out, that's great. I still have flexibility if I do need to take off, so that I can be available for my mother-in-law if she needs something, or for my dad. So as far as my channel, I kind of put it on pause, kind of indirectly, and wasn't even planning on getting back to my weekly Wednesday sprints until around the 18th, which would have been this coming week after I had finished everything that I had made commitments for. And then I realized that I had a book club discussion with Alex over at Frank Fiction. She and I started a book club called the Bookworm Club. And our first book discussion was on August the 29th. So I went ahead and got back on the horse. And even though I was a little bit nervous about doing sprints the night before, I went ahead and did it. And I'm so glad I did, because everyone was so super supportive, and really it was very comforting to be with everyone, because I was just so sad. I mean, I'm still sad that, my mom is not here. It's really kind of surreal that all of this actually happened. But I just didn't want to be down in the dumps and trying to do sprints. But I also didn't want to have that overshadow my first book club discussion with Alex either, because we were both very excited about it. And I have to say, our first book club discussion was on Neverwhere, and it was fantastic. We had such a great time. And I'm very appreciative of everyone that attended and supported us with that endeavor and continues to support us with our book club. But yeah, I am glad that I was able to do sprints, the day before the book club discussion. I was able to do sprints the following week after. I knew I wasn't going to do anything the week of my performances, but that was okay, because I was slowly trying to figure out, what am I going to do, as far as planning what next. So I had slowly been getting caught up with content and just figured, what, I kind of needed the break, and everybody seemed super supportive, and I felt like, I need to take that time for myself and kind of regroup. And I'm glad I did, because I didn't really take much of a break when my friend Shelly passed away. I kind of, dove into work more and kept myself super busy. And I didn't want to do that this time around, because it really makes the grieving process harder, I guess, because it's like almost like you're avoiding, dealing with your grief. And I didn't want to do that this time. So anyway, it's been nice to kind of have a little bit of break from filming videos, and now I'm ready to get back to it and make some content for you all. I'm excited about getting back on my weekly Wednesday sprints. There's a lot of fun things coming in the fall, and I'm looking forward to that very, very much. But first of all, we're in September, and I am participating in 3 readathons for September. The first thing that I'm participating in is really not a readathon. It's more of a Instagram, I guess, activity, an Instagram fall bookish bingo. I participated last year, and this is for Sarah Reads, and she has a fantastic bingo board that has all kinds of reading, watching, and fallish Halloween activities that you can participate on all throughout September, all throughout October. So I I'm starting to participate with that, and I actually have 2 books that are going to count towards 2 of the prompts for her bookish bingo, which I'll leave information in the description box below if anybody's interested, because you still have time to join. And then I'm also participating this week in Week of Weird, round 4, number 4. I have participated every week, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this week. That is hosted by my friend Crystal at Fiber Artsy and Jason at Jason's Weird Reads. They have 4 prompts. One of them is a group read, and very excited because the last day of Week of Weird is Stephen King's birthday, and I have 2 stories. Not sure if I'll read both of them, but 2 stories that I'm planning to read on that day to celebrate his birthday, of course. And they're both weird stories, so that'll be fun. And then what else? Oh, I can't believe it. Series September. That is hosted by Krista at Books and Jams and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. That is a month-long readathon where you try to read series that you are currently involved in, or if you want to start a new series. So they have a bingo board. They have some fantastic prompts. The prompts are very versatile, and you can interpret them the way you want to. And I am already reading 1 book for that. So let me share the books that I'm reading for the 2 readathons. No, the bookish bingo board and the series September. So the first is Autumn by Susan Branch. It's actually Autumn from the Heart of Home. She has several books like this. First book that I'm ever reading like this, but it is so pretty. It is to get you into the mood of the fall season, and you can cook some of the recipes in here. They sound delicious. I've been reading a little bit each day because there are some decorating tips in it, and also some different quotes throughout, but mainly there's a lot of recipes in here. Like one of them is sweet potato casserole, and look how pretty the writing is. And then you see how they'll have some quotes at the top, and then they have the full recipe in there. Another thing that she has in here is about playing outdoors. You know, it's called sweater weather. And she gives you different things that you can do outdoors. For example, keep an old sweater on a hook near the door. Run outside to see the birds. The moon lie under a tree as leaves fall. Visit a corn maze or plan a hayride, and end the day with a bonfire and roasted marshmallows. So it really is sweet. And the reason why I chose this particular book is because it is for the Cozy Cottage book club. So not only does it count for my book club, which is at the end of this week, but it also counts for one of the prompts on the Fall Bookish Bingo. So I love being able to use books for multiple activities that I'm doing with my reading. And then the second book is Livid by Patricia Cornwell. This is the 26th book in the K. Scarpetta series. I am reading this for series September for the thriller prompt, but I'm also reading it for Fall Bookish Bingo for that thriller prompt. So I'm glad I get to double dip with that. But in this mystery, Chief Medical Examiner K. Scarpetta is the reluctant star witness in a sensational murder trial when she receives shocking news. The judge's sister has been found dead. At first glance, it appears to be a home invasion, but then why was nothing stolen? And why is the garden strewn, that's a very weird word, with dead plants and insects? Although there is no apparent cause of death, Scarpetta recognizes telltale signs of the unthinkable, and she knows the worst is yet to come. The forensic pathologist finds herself pitted against a powerful force that returns her to the past, and her time to catch the killer is running out. Yeah, I am a big fan of K. Scarpetta. As I said, this is number 26, and excited to get more into it. As you can see, I just started. I'm actually reading this physically as well as listening to it on audiobook, and having a good time with it. Before I move on and share some of the content that I'm going to be filming and sharing with you all in the next few weeks, I wanted to share two books that I picked up when I went shopping with my bestie Kelsi at Slime and Slashers. We went shopping on August the 31st to pick up some fall and Halloween items. And we happened to go to a Barnes & Noble's that opened up by her house a few months ago. And I'm super excited about this visit because I finally brought my Barnes & Noble's gift card that I received from my friend Alicia, she sent this to me eons ago. So I picked up two books that I'm pretty excited about. They're both horror books. And the first one is Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach, I believe is how you pronounce it. And it sounds creepy. And the reason I picked this one up is because my son Andrew recommended it to me after hearing about it either on a YouTube channel that he follows or a podcast. And Andrew's not really into horror, so for him to recommend it means it must be pretty good. I had heard of this book on BookTube a couple of years ago when I started listening to BookTube, and it always did seem kind of intriguing to me, but let me share what it's about. In an attempt to make sense of his own mysterious and unsettling childhood memories, a man begins to reconstruct his past. As the games and adventures of his youth become engulfed by a larger story, he finds that it forms a tapestry of unbelievable horror that he never could have expected. Each chapter completes a different piece of the puzzle for both you and the narrator, and by the end of it all, you will wish that you could forget what he never knew. And then the next book, very excited about this one, Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. Stephen Graham Jones is quickly becoming a new favorite author of mine. And I was looking at a couple of books that I don't have on my shelf, and Kelsi actually recommended this one. She said she really liked it. It's rather short. And let me tell you about this one. One last laugh for the summer as it winds down. One last prank just to scare a friend. Bringing a mannequin into a theater is just some harmless fun, right? Until it wakes up, until it starts killing. So, sounds like a slasher, sounds like a good time. Very excited to dive into some other books by Stephen Graham Jones. Now, let me share some ideas and content that I am thinking about sharing with y'all. Well, first of all, I need to finish editing my beach trip so that I can share again my thoughts about dark matter and let you see some of the things that my hubby and I got up to. I'm also planning to vlog this week of Weird. I have a good time with it, and I think that you'll enjoy some of the stories I've picked out. I'm not going to share them with you in this video because that is what I'll be doing during the vlog, right? I'm also wanting to share a book haul with you, a Friends of the Library book haul. I went in June and July, didn't get to go in August. And I might go this month, which it would be on Saturday of this week, but not sure if I will go or not. But regardless, if I go, I'll include the September books I get, if I pick anything up there. If not, it'll just be June and July. I also have some book mail that I'm dying to share with you. I have fall plans, lots of fall plans, and one of those plans happens to be Halloween-a-thon, which I am part of that awesome, epic Halloween-a-thon. It's more than just reading and watching, it's activities galore, and I want to share more thoughts about that with you. Also, July, August wrap-up. Instead of me doing a July wrap-up and then an August wrap-up, I'm going to combine the two, and then hopefully I can get back on track with my wrap-ups and, you know, put them out there in a more timely manner. And then I have my shopping haul with Kelsi. I'm very, very excited to share some of the items that I picked up for the fall and Halloween season. And in fact, I even picked up a couple more items when I went to Target this weekend. So I'm going to include those in there as well. So very, very excited about everything that is coming up and planning. And oh, before I forget, I do want to mention that sprints, I will be sprinting this Wednesday. The time has changed to 4 p.m. Central Time. And the reason for that is since I'm working on Wednesdays, I'll be getting home a little bit later. And I just want to make sure I have enough time to get home, boot up my laptop, feed my puppy dogs, and not be like rushing in to get on sprints. So if for some reason the schedule works out, I can always go back to 3:30, then I'll do that. If not, for right now, we're going to keep it at 4. I'm going to do my normal What's Up Wednesday sprints this week, and then once fall hits, my Wednesday sprints will be still What's Up, but will be kind of celebrating Halloween-a-thon. So we'll have more spooky things, more spooky Mad Libs, and would you rather questions that have to do more with the fall and Halloween season. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, friends, that is what I've been up to since the end of July. I just wanted to take a moment to shed some light on where I've been and what I've been up to. And also to say thank you again for all of your love and support. I really appreciate everyone who reached out to me during this difficult time with your comments on the community post, the text messages, the direct messages on Instagram. I received some wonderful cards in the mail. all came and gave me happiness boosts when I needed it the most. I appreciate the emails and also all the wonderful supportive comments when I got back on sprints at the end of August. I really, really appreciate y'all. I wish I could give you all a huge hug, each and every one of you. Y'all are beyond amazing, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I can spend time with y'all. I'm back and ready to, share what I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks. And again, thank you so, so very much for supporting me and supporting my channel. And until our paths cross again, stay amazing and be adventurous.